Alright, what's going on, guys? There's been a lot of news recently about Black Ops 4, so I just wanted to make a little video discussing it because apparently a lot of people are upset. So there's two things. Number one, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 won't have traditional single-player campaign. Black Ops 4 will instead focus on multiplayer and zombies according to sources. So no campaign for BO4. That's an interesting move, to say the least. They actually do have a reason for it. They said that they just didn't feel like they'd be able to finish it in time, which is kind of crazy because they've had 3 years to work on it, and I guess that's still not enough time or whatever. So I don't know, maybe they got like halfway through and they're like, you know what? We're not going to have time to finish this. Fuck this. Let's just focus on the multiplayer and zombies, which made a lot of people upset, I guess, because they wanted to play campaign. I mean, do people really play the campaign like that? I don't play the campaign. Personally, I don't think I've played a campaign since Black Ops 2, and I don't even know if I finished that campaign. Like, I don't play campaign, so this really isn't a big deal to me. I understand that a lot of people do play campaign, but shit, man, I don't think it's that big of a deal. The important part about all of this is that they're gonna put more focus into the multiplayer. That's a good thing. That's amazing. That's what I'm trying to hear, you know what I'm saying? Even for the people who do play campaign, this is what happens, right? You literally play the campaign one time and you're done. You beat the campaign, you know what happens. That's it. You're not getting on every single day and grinding out the fucking campaign missions, you know what I'm saying? It's really like a one-time thing. Maybe you play it twice. But the reason people get on and play Call of Duty every day is to play multiplayer and to play zombies. That has replay value. So I know people are real butthurt about not having their fucking one day of campaign, but if that means that we're gonna get a better multiplayer, then fuck the campaign, dude. I don't give a fuck about the campaign. Like, what? Are you crazy right now? Multiplayer is the more important issue here. This should be a good thing, alright? I would hope, at least, if they're putting more effort into multiplayer, that it would be better. I don't know, that's just common sense to me. But then again, this is Call of Duty, so them putting more effort into multiplayer could really mean like they're putting more time thinking of dumbass shit to put in supply drops. You know, they could be brainstorming new camo, so that could be what they mean with that. But hopefully we see a better multiplayer because we really need one at this point. So that's number one. That's not really the main focus of the video. Number two, the main thing here, the more important thing here, is that there have been some rumors that Black Ops 4 will have a Battle Royale mode. And I guess this would replace the campaign because, you know, I mean, they're not really the same thing. But if they were working on Battle Royale, that would make sense as to why maybe they didn't have enough time to finish the campaign, right? Because they're working on something else. So it does make sense from that standpoint, but it really makes sense from a business standpoint if you just think about it for a second. Battle Royale is like the biggest thing in gaming right now. Fortnite is dominating everything. Battle Royale has been popular on PC for a while now, but now that Battle Royale has finally, you know, hit console, it does make sense that Call of Duty would want to jump in on that shit as well, right? Because as far as sales go, I'm pretty sure Call of Duty is still #1 on console. Whether or not their games are still good, you know, probably not, but they're still selling the motherfucking copies. So I understand like why they would want to get in on that action. However, I am a little bit skeptical about the quality of the game. In order for them to have success with the Battle Royale game, they would be directly competing with Fortnite, so they would have to make a better Battle Royale than Fortnite, and I'm not sure that they're going to be able to pull that one off for a variety of reasons. You know, I'm not trying to be a hater or anything, but number one, we already know that they have a very hard time listening to the community, whereas Epic, on the other hand, is very involved in the community, and they actually take feedback very seriously, and they make almost weekly, you know, updates to their game that fix stuff that people are complaining about. They're always adding in new content and stuff. They're very involved with the community, and that's like the complete opposite of Activision and Call of Duty. Like, they're more like, hey, just play the fucking game, we got your money, like, don't talk to us type of attitude. So right off the bat, we already know Call of Duty Battle Royale will never have the level of support that Fortnite has, and that's a pretty big deal right off the bat, right? So number one, no support support. Number two, I just don't think they're going to be able to make a better game than Fortnite on their very first try. You know what I'm saying? This is their first try ever making a Battle Royale game. They've been making Call of Duty games for like 15 years now, maybe more, I don't even know. And the last game we got was World War II, which at this point is actually a lot better. I'm still not playing it, but I have been kind of keeping up with all the changes they've been making. If they had released World War II in the state that it is right now, I bet a lot of people would have stuck with it, and a lot of people probably would have liked World War II. But the problem is, it's fucking April, and we kind of all moved on, and I really don't want to go back at this point. I just don't care anymore. They've already lost my attention. We'll try again in October when Black Ops 4 comes out. I will give it a fresh start. I really hope the game will be great. I would love to play Black Ops 4. But World War II, you know, we're done with that at this point. It's been too long. But the point is, they've been making Call of Duty games for a long ass time. And let's not forget that they made Infinite Warfare last year. So clearly, if they're fucking up on something that they've been making for 15 years, they're probably not going to do a great job with the first time ever doing something. Does that make sense? So that's reason number two. Now, finally, reason number three, probably the most important reason of all, is the greed factor from Activision. We already know they don't give a fuck about nothing except for the money, right? So just imagine in Call of Duty Battle Royale, they have supply drops, and instead of like Fortnite, you see a skin in the shop, you buy it, you get exactly what you paid for, everybody's happy with the transaction. In Call of Duty Battle Royale, you buy a supply drop and, you know, you want a certain skin. Instead, you get a fucking ugly ass one and you're pissed off. So, number one, that's going to really piss people off if they have supply drops. Or better yet, it'll be like normal Call of Duty where they say, oh, supply drops are cosmetic only. And then 3 months later, they start adding in guns and shit. And we're like, okay, well, what the fuck's going on here? So, it wouldn't surprise me if Call of Duty Battle Royale turned into a pay-to-win game, or they added supply drops or something. Because, let's keep it real here, man. We already know they're gonna do whatever it takes to maximize their profit by whatever means necessary, even if that means ruining their own game. They don't care. All they want is the extra money. So I just don't really have faith in them of creating a quality game that the community will really enjoy, because they haven't shown me anything in the last couple years that would lead me to believe that would happen. But all that being said, right, I'm not trying to be completely negative here. All that being said, there is one single thing that would excite me about a Call of Duty Battle Royale, and that's if they make it in first person, right? Because Fortnite is third person, PUBG is also third person, although I believe they have a first person mode on that as well. I don't think it's very popular, I'm not sure. It's an Xbox exclusive, so I've never played it, and I don't feel like playing it on PC either. So if Call of Duty could set itself apart from the other games by making a first-person game, I feel like then it could really bring in a big player base. You know, I don't know about you guys, but personally, I really prefer first-person to third-person when it comes to shooters, and I think that's the general consensus as well. If you look at all the most popular shooters of all time, you know, all of them except for a couple are first-person, right? Call of Duty, Halo, CSGO, Battlefield, Overwatch, Destiny, like these are all the biggest games out there, right? Out of all of the popular games, like which ones are third person? Probably Gears of War would be the most popular, and obviously now all of the new Battle Royale games are third person, but Battle Royale is just a completely different type of game, you know, than those other games. So I feel like their only chance of success with the Battle Royale game is to make it first person, you know what I'm saying? Because that way, even if it's not as good as the other Battle Royale games, it has something different that, you know, people might be looking for. They're like, you know what? I know Fortnite's a better game, but I really want to play in first person, so I'm gonna play Call of Duty, you know what I'm saying? So they have to have something that just makes it different that can bring in people. However, saying that, there is a pretty big reason as to why they may not want to make it first person, and that is because of the skins. So in a first person shooter, you can't really see your own character's skin. Like, you basically just see his arm, you know what I mean? Like, if you had like a real fancy skin on, you can't see it, right? So there's not really much of a point in buying skins on a first person game. So I think that is a pretty legitimate concern, because as we already discussed, Activision about that money. So if they can't make money because it's first person, then they're not going to make it first person. So I don't know, man. We'll have to wait and see. This is all a rumor right now anyways. Well, actually, the campaign thing, I believe, is true. They actually have legit sources on that. I think the Battle Royale part is a little bit more fuzzy. It may or may not be true, but I do think it's safe to say they have to be working on a Battle Royale. They have to at least be thinking about it at this point. They'd be pretty stupid not to think about it. You know what I'm saying? They've seen the success of Fortnite, so they want to try to capitalize on that. So if we don't get a Battle Royale from Call of Duty this year, I wouldn't be surprised if we get it next year. Like, I'm sure it's coming in the future. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below about campaign and about Battle Royale. Let me know your thoughts on both. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.